Well, we've made it all the way to the end of this World Cup, and where better place to finish than in the tubs, a damp, soaked environment, which is exactly what the World Cup final is going to be, we predict. Welcome back, of course, to the tubs. TGC is powered by Cred, and Cred Paydays are bringing insane rewards throughout this World Cup. And in fact, they have brought insane rewards during this World Cup, and they've powered TGC all the way to the end. There's more stuff still to come, though, Pez, on this here YouTube channel. We've got Side Mouth for the final, both days, but day 1 and 2 of the final. And then the review of the final itself, whatever the fuck that means. But thank you very much to Cred for powering us through this tournament. And hey, if you haven't already, go and check out Cred's YouTube channel. There's a link right there. Sam Perry, let's get into the stuff that matters about this World Cup final. What matters, man?
I got a couple of things lined up here for this preview, and I realise there's a lot of pressure on this preview because once again, we've taken the bar even higher with the deep analysis we're prepared to provide.
That's right.
The thoroughness, how comprehensive these analyses are, all the different tactics and shit. Now, couple of things.
Saying that, some people have been upset when what we say in the show hasn't happened in real life. I've seen quite a few comments being like, "Well, that didn't happen. What you said? Is this your first time watching cricket?
Yeah.
Is this your first time on the internet? You fucking your 11-year-old."
Cuck involves cuckolding. Now, the main thing is how to deal with this rain. What we need to say as residents of Melbourne, I think Melbourne burnt up all of its luck getting India and Pakistan on at the MCG when there was rain forecast, and I have grave concerns about Sunday. Maybe there'll be some luck, maybe not. Now, obviously, now that we know 2 days out that it's going to rain, let's simply move it to Marvel. Let's just move stadiums.
Mate, there's a stadium down the road with a roof over it.
Stadium down the road with a roof on it. Why don't they just get that going?
And there'll definitely be a deck prepared.
Well,
just in case.
I mean, what is true is there'll definitely be enough seats. I think 50,000 at least have decided not to go. I don't know why.
I saw a lot on StubHub this morning, Pez, and Viagogo. Right. I think there's a couple knocking about for resale. Use the code TGC for nothing to happen.
No wicket has been laid at that ground, but
it's like me in the 90s.
Fuck me, it's just fucking club cricket, isn't it? I've played on plenty of grounds without decks. Not really, but it's like the BBL. But let's say there is a game, okay?
Okay, hypothetically speaking.
Okay. Other things you can do with rain stuff. Other things you can do with rain stuff. What about a game of indoor cricket? Work out which country has the biggest bunch of nonces.
Yeah,
if England aren't number 1 in indoor cricket, I'll be very surprised on that premise.
Mate, a lot of people think that Matthew Hayden's the coach of Pakistan. Actually, not true. I looked it up. It's Saklan Mushtaq. Now, he'd be very handy, I reckon, because he invented the doosra.
Yeah, they're these ones.
He'd be very good for, small range, sort of 6-yard cricket pitches in indoor cricket with a stump, bit of French cricket.
Yeah, well, they could play dressing room cricket as well, which is a completely different sport.
I fucking hated dressing room cricket.
I fucking oath.
Anytime there's a ball just flying around in the dressing room, and someone pretending they can fucking be Don Bradman in the dressing room.
It's another hard drive signifier, without a doubt.
Enormously.
Particularly if you play dressing room cricket seriously and were quite good at it. Like, I had a little bit of time for people who played dressing room cricket and wanted to smash the ball around because they showed me that they were just children who couldn't work in small spaces.
Right, okay,
there's a certain comedy to that. But if you're actually quite good at it, like I'd imagine someone Marnus would be good at dressing room cricket and would care about it. You don't want that shit. No, I say that's not masculine. Okay, let's say that they get on.
Right, okay.
The first thing you got to talk about, because this T20 cricket, is the dimensions of the MCG. Okay. So Adelaide Oval, short boundaries, so blokes could hit there.
Yes.
MCG, big boundaries.
Right.
So there'll be gaps and there'll be more twos. Now, I'll just roll on here. Now, this matters because Joss Buttler and Alex Hales got runs in the last game. Right. And they like hitting 4s and 6s. So
I noticed that actually.
Yeah, because there's more value for those shots.
Yeah. Per ball bowled, you can get higher number of numbers.
A higher number of numbers when you hit 4s and 6s,
points,
which tends to happen on smaller grounds. You hit the ball the same power, smaller dimensions, get more runs, more numbers. In the MCG, there's bigger grounds, and if you starve Alex Hales and Joss Buttler of their 4s and 6s, what you don't realise is that they will be withdrawing from that and experience that sensation like an intravenous drug user would, being withdrawing from their substance of choice or not choice, depending upon upbringing,
Now,
etc.
where does intermittent fasting come into this?
That's what Adil Rashid bowls.
Right. He bowls right arm intermittent fasting.
Well, it's intermittent fasting of runs, as
definitely,
it was to India, and he's another player. We'll get to key players.
He sort of does 18-6, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we're saying with this preview, there's rain, so move it to the motocross stadium where there isn't a pitch.
Yep.
But there are seats, and then or play indoor cricket and check people's hard drives. MCG dimensions. Joss Butler and Alex Hales take drugs intravenously when it comes to boundaries.
Yeah.
And Adil Rashid is an intravenous. An intermittent faster, 16-8. Does he go 16-8? Does he go 5-2? Yeah. I don't know. 5-2 field, that's a different thing when you're playing. So, just trying to get into the real stuff with this.
Okay,
What else have I got? Some people say that, look, this really harks back to the 1992 final.
Oh, we all remember that.
England played Pakistan at the MCG as well. So, and they're doing that this time around. So, what happened in that game? And that means we can talk about that and sell some content around it.
There's a little bit of team news. Imran Khan not fit.
Not
fit.
Okay.
Not fit. He's got a shin.
Letting 3 jokes go by there. Now, it's funny, like, we're talking about the 1992 final, and, mate, I live for nostalgia, believe me. But, like, I want to know, and if you do have a memory that goes back to 1992, and you are old enough to remember, can you tell us, in 1992, were they talking about games that had happened in 1962?
Fucking hell!
Because it's the same amount of time that's elapsed. Right. Now, I'm not banning 1992 chat. Like, a lot of good stuff happened in 92.
I love the jerseys.
Nirvana happened in 1992.
Right.
Thereabouts.
Seattle stuff.
Some Seattle stuff happened. The Australian Rugby League competition, New South Wales Rugby League competition at the time was nearing its peak, which was 1994.
I think the internet was invented in 93. From Tim Berners-Lee. I think it's 93.
Right.
Someone let me know. Speaking of internet, people have in the comments been telling us we're having a software update, which apparently is Pakistani slang for like you have an opinion about the state, and then you get what's the right word? You get involved in the state, then you change your opinion about that for a positive viewpoint.
Yeah, right.
So we're having a software update apparently. See, I'm learning things with this World Cup.
It's funny how the internet works. You can like look down the camera and go like, look, I think Pakistan have weaknesses and they're a good chance not to win this match. Then you take a breath and talk about something, and then you go like, I actually think Pakistan's going to win this match. They're a very, very strong team. And there will be comments going like, oh yeah, what do you say about that now, brother?
You're dumb. You think you're so dumb. You said the thing was going to happen and it didn't happen. You're so dumb.
The boys are nearly there. They're nearly there.
That felt good to do. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's every country. It's every country.
Software update. Shin splints.
Key players. You want to talk about any players that do anything for you?
I don't know who plays in these teams, mate. You know the series before the World Cup where they played 7. It must have been one of the only 7-game T20I series. I mean, fuck, that was a belting series. England got up 4-3 in the end. Obviously, one of those games, Bubba and Rizwan chased over 200. So we've seen it done before. Now, have Hales and Butler gone too early? Have both these teams played their final too early? Because they both played so well in each semi-final. Now, everyone knows you can't play well in 2 T20I games back to back. No, so maybe the rain is actually a good result for everyone. Just fucking calm down. And I think that means that the previous tournament winner actually retains the trophy if they don't get on 10 overs each side. So I don't remember who won it last year, but I think they should just keep it.
So we could do that again. The actual rule is that there's a joint winner if there's no winner.
And a joint.
And sure, if that's your proclivity. So we know that. And now let's just go again. No, actually, it turns out that if there's no winner, Australia retains the trophy. So...
It's going to be so fun clipping these
comments
up. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, you shit your douche.
It's kind of like a caveman, Encino man from Estonia there. Okay. Now, look... Yeah, 95% chance of rain, 15 to 25 mils falling. Believe me, that's a lot. That's a very high, near 100% chance of showers. Not looking good. Reserve days Monday. Uncertain forecast, 95% chance of rain between 5 and 10. They need a minimum of 10 overs to be played in a final or in the knockout, and as opposed to the group stage, which is 5 overs aside. Okay. Wet ball might take out some spin stuff as well. So I don't know what that means.
But it'll mean something to someone.
Something to someone.
Can Shadab Khan pull out one more trick out of the bag in this World Cup? Can he make a big canvas over the MCG? Can he just head down to Bunnings, your local hardware store, and just get a big old canvas and keep the rain away? And there's only one man who can do that. Shadab Khan.
Well, he can.
He can indeed. Shadab Khan.
That reminds me of that guy who got on the internet and like did Anglo voices talking about Asian names. Looked very funny. Babarazam. You know?
Fucking
that's how he sound. That's how he sound.
Yeah, I know.
So also want to say that like I'm. Do you want to gaze into the crystal ball? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, look.
It's Pac Bean versus Mr. Bean, as we know.
Pac Bean v Mr. Bean.
We all know that.
We all know that. And as opposed to the India-England game, easy in retrospect, but I was heart India, head England. I'm not necessarily that way inclined because I put a lot of stock in Pakistan Tamasha stuff. I put a lot of stock in the freedom and the flair and the courage and the risk that Pakistan's prepared to take. And I watched them in that game against New Zealand, and it was clear to me, probably through some influence of Doss, to be fair to him, that like they know Pakistan, that if they're a chance of winning, that they're going to be having to bring the fire. They just come out all guns. You know, I rate it hard, and I want to get behind it.
Yeah,
and I want the fans to get behind that as well, which I know they will.
Yeah,
England, they're smart, they're powerful. I think they have the most balanced team. I think they play the most consistent cricket. You know, I think the gap between their best and their worst is not too big.
Yeah,
I think, but I do think Pakistan, if they bring their whole game, they can just overwhelm teams. Like they can, you know, if someone hits the stumps early like they did against New Zealand, the match just becomes all about Pakistan. That's what But I think fucking Joss Butler loves that shit. I've watched the fucking sadistic glee he took when Hardik and Kohli tried to get the crowd going as if that would mean something. Butler noted that and ensured that next ball went for 4.
It did help that Axar Patel bounced at his shoelaces.
It did help that Axar said one in your half here, Josh, which also upset him that he called him Josh.
Yeah.
I just think you're going to struggle to get a better preview than this. So dimensions,
really all the names and numbers.
Dimensions, rain, names, numbers, Shadab Khan stuff. We're going to be doing side mouth.
Yeah.
He goes. Pakistan, England, get around it, and we will in turn get around you. It's just really lovely to know, he goes, that if there is a bit of rain around, if Melbourne looks after us, Australia retains the trophy.
Yes.
And also there will be joint winners.
That is nice to know, mate. I think it could be either one of these two things. It could either be a really fantastic game of cricket that's really tight.
You can see that when you close your eyes.
Or one team fucking smokes the other team and it's not even close. So
who are you taking in a 10 over a side game? They get it on. And 10 over a side and they're on and off 4 times.
England.
Yeah, you know, like to be honest, I was a bit frightened by how easy the hitting looked with Butler and Hales. Now, I'm obviously the view, now that Butler and Hales put on 170, what I'm saying is if you can get through Butler and Hales, you're a chance. Now, it's a bit of a logical progression there. Get them out, you're a better chance. Take wickets in the game, you're more likely to win.
Pakistan bowlers get me off. Oh. They get me off hard, man. And
do they?
I wonder if Wood's going to play. He had muscle stiffness.
If we recorded this preview a little bit closer to the final as most do, perhaps we'd have an indication.
Nah, it gives a shit.
The thing with Mark Wood is he may play. Mark Wood's going to play. Mark Wood's not going to play.
Pakistan won the toss and bowled. Pakistan won the toss and batted. England won the toss.
Only got a couple to go.
The coin was tossed and it landed directly on the vertical and had to do it again. Covering every fucking permutation.
There was no toss. There was too much rain.
I don't know what's going to happen. Neither do you. But let us know in the comments, okay? I hope you've enjoyed the World Cup so far. There's one game to go and a couple of videos for TGC. It's been great fun. Enjoy the World Cup final wherever you're watching. Let us know in the comments where you're watching it from or don't. I don't care. See you later.
Couple of good players knocking about. Something will happen.